guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Lauren. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well. Today I'm super excited to be doing my Sephora try on haul. I ordered stuff from the Sephora sale. It's come in, and so I thought I would do a look with you guys and actually show you what I got because my wish list was hella long. Like, it was very long, and you know, I balled out a bit. I did get some stuff, but I'm really excited. I've tested almost all this stuff at least once, so this will be like either my second, maybe even third time trying a lot of this stuff. A few items will be first impression, so it's kind of like all over the place, but I'm super happy so far that a lot of them seem like wins, so that feels good. I feel like for a while I was having major issues with just dud after like what's going on, but yeah, something about this haul made sense, and I have a lot of great products in here, so let's just get into it. I don't want this video to be too long. I didn't end up getting a primer. I almost have like a full face of stuff here. So today I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown Skin Enriching whatever, vitamin enriched face base is what it's called. I just have a sample here. I did get a foundation, so I've been testing different primers with it and just seeing what it's like. So far I'm pretty excited about it, but I wanted to try something that wasn't too glowy today because I feel like yesterday when I wore it, I don't know, it was just like, it was a little much, you know? Bangs, come on. Let me do that so you can actually see my face. Okay, so I did end up picking the Kosas foundation up. This is the Revealer Skin Improving Foundation. I chose the shade 02, or like the second one, and I'm very happy with the choice. I did not go in store. I know I said I would, and I didn't, and I just went for it, but I feel like knowing how the concealer was really helped me to get the right shade. So I have used this now, I want to say like 3 times. And so far I do feel like a beauty blender is my preferred method. I did use a brush the other day and I just felt like it sat a little bit more on top of my skin, especially like in the pores. So that's unfortunate. I do feel like I need to use about 2 pumps when I use the sponge just to get the coverage I want, which is why I was like really hoping that the brush would work, because I feel like with the brush I can definitely use like 1-ish pump and get pretty good coverage, but it is what it is. I would rather have a better finish than I would use less product. So I'll show you the 1/2 of my face done. It really is a good color for me, especially because my fear was that it would be too yellow, it would be too dark, because that's kind of my experience with the concealer. That's one side of my face done with it. I'm gonna zoom you in so you can really see. So one side, and then that's the other side. Definitely like lighter coverage, like medium coverage to me at least. It could maybe be a little bit heavier for medium, but yeah, I like it. I really like how fresh it feels. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. It feels moisturizing. I don't feel like it dries down to something, but I also don't feel like so far it's like moving around, you know? So really, really happy. So glad, because I feel like I've been wanting to pick up some foundations, but I'm nervous I'm gonna hate them because I feel like that's been the kind of trend with me, but I really do and have been enjoying this foundation. And I only picked up the one. I, you know, have a few foundations on my list to try actually, but I just figured let's actually just get one. Let's actually test it, you know, like really know my thoughts on it, where I don't feel like, oh my gosh, I have like 3 new foundations I have to juggle between. I will say, I think I still prefer my Yensa foundation. I just feel like I get better coverage, faster, I can use less product. It's a little bit thicker, but still really hydrating, so it doesn't feel heavy on the skin at all. And that one's maybe a little bit more neutral, but I feel like this is really good still. Like, I still really enjoy this one, so I think that one's still my fave, but you know, maybe with more time, more use, this one will kind of close the gap there. I'm just happy that it's definitely a win and a foundation I want to use and will use. So foundation is done. Again, I just feel like foundation color wise, I was really happy with the way that it looks. It looks a little bit light. It dries a little bit darker, so it really just blends pretty nicely for my skin tone. I didn't get a concealer, but I have been using this Sigma corrector. I've actually just been using this like as my concealer. So I go into the lighter one for under my eyes, and I just use my finger. This is very similar to the Becca one, I don't know why I'm using my wrong finger. This is very similar to the Becca one. I would say this is maybe a little less creamy, like as in soft, but it's pretty emollient still. And I don't find that it like slips around either, but again, stays kind of movable. It doesn't like dry down. So I've been enjoying it. And I don't have too dark of under eyes, so I've just only been using this and really enjoying it. I also use this for any like discoloration or spots I might have. I just use this, man. I've been keeping it chill. And because of the formula, I really do like using just my finger. And then sometimes like I have like this weird, like these weird red spots on my cheeks. So I'll go into the darker color and just kind of pat that on. And I feel like I just have right now a pretty fresh, clean base. Doesn't feel too heavy. I feel like awake and just, you know, put together. I have just been enjoying doing my makeup so much lately. I feel like there was a time where it felt more like a chore and, you know, again, kind of life circumstances, which I'll update you on probably in a video soon. I just feel like excited. Like I can just tell you that. So it's just been enjoyable. Like I've loved it. So first product, Kosa's. Very happy with this. Like, oh, it is such a relief to add something good to my collection. I think we're on to like bronzers, blushes, that type of stuff. The bronzer I decided to pick up was the Fenty Beauty one. This one's Inda Sun, and it's the lightest shade. I've used this a couple of times already, and I do like it. I'll say I'm not like obsessed with it. I'm not obsessed with it. I've been using my Persona cream bronzer a lot lately, and I've actually been enjoying that. It's a little bit warm, but it blends out so nicely. Don't get me wrong, I think this is nice. I think I really just want a nice radiant bronzer, something that has a little bit of a glow to it. I think this one works really nice for a matte one, but especially with summer coming up, I just love this kind of like baked bronzers, you know, something with some radiance or a natural, like more skin-like finish. For a matte, this is really beautiful, and I don't feel like, you know, it looks overly dry or anything like that. It's just kind of a preference thing, but I will say color-wise, I don't think that it's too orange. I don't feel like it's pulling too red, and so I'm very happy with that. Overall, I consider this a win. I feel like it's a very usable bronzer in my collection, which thank goodness, because bronzer used to be my favorite thing. Like, I loved bronzer. I loved bronzer, maybe a little too much, okay? But I feel like there's something like changed, and I haven't been able to find a good bronzer. This one's definitely promising. I want to use it more. I feel like I just need that time with products. Like I can tell if it's going to be something I think I'll like or I won't like pretty off the bat, but to find if it's going to be like a new staple, a new love, definitely takes me a few turns, unless it's like remarkable, you know? So that's that. I think it's pretty. I mean, even this, just a slight kind of sculpty contour bronzing look, I think is really nice. And I didn't put any cream or anything. So for the blush, I mentioned a couple different blushes I was thinking about getting, but during the sale, this actually came back in stock from Bare Minerals. So I decided to get this. This is also a little bit cheaper than some of the other options that I had, and I've had my eye on this for a while. So this is the Kiss of Pink blush from Bare Minerals, actually. There's 3 different colors, and I think this might be one of the lighter ones. I think the lightest one maybe, and it's not super brown, but I wanted to try it out. I thought for summer and spring it might be a good one. Add a little bit of life, but still kind of neutral. And I also really liked the finish. So this has like a nice, you know, shimmery finish, but not too metallic. It's just a little bit more skin-like. So I decided to go with that. So we'll see how it goes. My order actually shipped in 2 separate things, which was really weird. You guys will have to let me know. So I got charged for the initial order, and then I got charged for it as it got shipped out, but the first thing was still like in my pending. So it was like I paid for it twice for a while. I mean, the money was like out of my account, but then it got refunded back. It just took a while. If you guys had that happen, let me know, because I was like, what the? Am I getting fraudulent? Like, people stealing and buying stuff during the sale or what? That was like a little bit of a moment. I was like, something's up. Okay, beautiful, love it. I think Kelly Gooch really loves this, so that was kind of my inspiration too. I love Kelly. I'm into it, and although it's not super brown like I've been into, I like that it's also not super pink. but still like fresh for spring and summer. So into this, I also like the price. I mean, $25 is still expensive, don't get me wrong, but some of the other blushes I was looking at are more like 40. Not saying I won't get them ever. I just wanted, I don't know, especially because I think the other ones maybe were more matte, and this one has that finish, you know, the finish I'm preferring. Okay, on to highlighter. I did pick up the Nude Glow highlighter from Dior, like the single compact one, and I opened it, I didn't touch it, and I already knew, no, too dark, too dark, too dark. So I'm gonna be exchanging that one out. I might get one of the other shades if I feel like they'll work, or I'm gonna get the highlighter palette. So yeah, I can't use that highlighter. I wanna make sure it stays pristine. So instead I'll use one of the things that I recommended in my Sephora video, which is the Bobbi Brown highlighter powder. I think these might be called bricks or something, but I have the shade Pink Glow, and I like using these types of products with the Sigma brush. It's the Powder Sculpt. It's a little, I mean, it's pretty big, right? But it's kind of fanned out. And so I've been loving this kind of like soft look and not really being so specific about where the highlighter goes, but it's more diffused so we don't get too much of like that kind of stripe look. I don't really like that. Oh, so pretty. And another area I really like to go, sometimes if I want to be a little bit more targeted, I'll take a smaller brush. I really love getting right in here, kind of like under the eye with the highlighter. I just think it's so sexy. I don't know why. I just love putting highlighter there, and I feel like for the longest time, people like told me don't do that, and I'm like, I love when it gets into that little like crease. I think it's so cute. So that's the highlighter. I definitely could get this a little bit shinier if I wanted to like buff it a little bit more, but I like the softness of it right now. We'll see as the look progresses. I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I'm gonna do a little bit of priming, and then we'll get into the lids because I didn't get any of that stuff. So I'll leave it sped up so in case you want to like see, but it's like the same thing I do. It's like the same thing. Hopefully simple, and hopefully it turns out decently well. That's always the goal. Okay, so I did my eyebrows. I've been trying to do my tails thinner. I feel like I always just get chunky on that tail, and I've been really trying to like hone that in. I also did a little bit of priming with my Sigma pencil. I chose that specifically instead of the cream shadow I did pick up, which was the RMS one, because this doesn't really go with the palette I'm gonna be using today, but I thought I would give you some thoughts on this. I've used it once. It's a beautiful color. I find I get a really metallic look, like when I'm swatching it and put it on my finger, it doesn't quite translate to me as metallic on my lids. It does dry down though. I feel like it stays in place, and I'm really excited to keep playing with it. I like the little packaging. I think it's cute, and yeah, so far I've been into it. I did use this like under a shadow as well, and I liked that, but I really want to try to use this mostly on its own, maybe a darker color in the outer corner. That's how I'm intending to wear it. So far really excited about this, and definitely, you know, depending on how this goes, I might want to, you know, I might be tempted by other colors. It's seeming like that type of formula, like that type of thing for me. Like I'll like it that much. The palette that I picked up, I technically picked up two. One was in my actual like Sephora sale order. One was one I picked up, and even if there wasn't a sale, I probably would have picked it up to do a video on it, and because I was interested, which that one, the like unexpected pickup, was the Patrick Ta, the new Major Dimension 2 Rose palette. I do have a video on this. I posted it Monday, so I'll leave that link down below if you haven't checked it out. So I picked this up. I do a look with it. I really liked the rosy tones in here. What's so funny is that I The palette I actually ended up picking up because I was going between the one I picked and the Huda Naughty Nudes. I picked up the NARS one, I think because I'm hoping maybe to get the Naughty Nudes on sale, like because it's an older palette. That was kind of my determining factor on that. So I went with the newer palette from NARS. This one is the Summer Unrated or something. And this also is kind of like rosy, maybe a little more peachy than rose, but I realized like, oh, they're kind of similar. So we'll see. This one definitely seems like it'll be more chill, like every day. This one, I feel like you can get some nice depth and stuff in. So yeah, let's get started on the eye look. I'm gonna use this, and I want something pretty chill today because I feel like that's how I'll wear this. So I'm gonna go in with that first shade and just kind of put this in the crease. Oh wow, this had more pigment to it than I expected, honestly. Well, so much for a chill eye look. I mean, not that it's not chill, but I really thought this was gonna look like my skin, but like a shade deeper, and it's more than that. There's this like satiny color. I kind of want to blend out with that and see how that looks. Not quite in my like brow bone, and just lightly. This is the color I was really excited about. It's really the most like kind of glittery out of everything in here, kind of like a sheer base. So I think that's what's gonna go on my lids. There's also this really pretty bronze shade here. That would be really pretty all over as well. I'm gonna go in with this in my outer corner. It's like a warm matte brown. Okay, I think that looks good. I'm, again, trying to keep it simple. Lauren, keep it simple. Keep it simple. For my lid, I picked up this from Pat McGrath. This is something that I didn't talk about in the wishlist video. I've been wanting it for a while, but it was sold out. And this is called the Intensifies Artistry Wand. And I really like the idea of this as like something you could put on almost like as a glitter glue. What's going on? Okay, there we go. As like a glitter glue to help with some of those like sheer shades. I'm thinking about even like her special shades in different palettes that she has. So I wanted to pick this up. I liked that it was a wand too, and that you could just kind of like rub it where you want it. So I don't know. I'm going to try it today. I haven't tried this really yet and see. And then I'm going to go in with that more, I'm like destroying stuff, the textured like sheer shade and see how that goes on. I normally don't, like, I used to use glitter glues a lot more, but I just kind of stopped. Like, I like a piecey look, as in pieces, you know? And so I feel like sometimes the glitter glue can stop that, but it definitely doesn't leave something too tacky there. I mean, I don't know if it's because I'm going over other products, if it's best used kind of on a bare lid. I already put down like a more, you know, traditional primer before I even started the look, so maybe that. I think it's going on pretty, but I don't know how much of a difference the wand did. Like, I kind of feel like it would look like that no matter what, so I'm not really sure. I really like the sparkle in that. I definitely still got fallout for sure, like for sure. So I'm gonna try to sweep some of that away. And I might add a little bit of a deeper base in the outer corner, just so, you know, because the lid is pretty dark. I'm going to go in with the darkest shade in here. This is a really pretty satiny color. I just want a little bit, you know. I feel like there's a difference here between these two that I like. And then I'm going to use the like highlighter type shade in here to highlight my brow bone and my inner corner. I think that's pretty good. I don't know why. I just have trouble blending this eye lately. It's like so annoying. I want to do my normal little under eye eyeliner, the Pixie one, just to add something kind of sultry. Of course, my look turned a little darker than I expected, but I really want to test the Pat McGrath product, and I also wanted to test that like more sparkly shade because I feel like it's one of the more special shades in the palette, although that's not why I picked this palette up. I am excited actually for some of the more, I don't know, basic textures that are in here. I feel like there's a lot of like nice satins. I feel like the mattes are nice and like everyday. They're a little bit darker than I expected so far. Like I'm like, damn, okay, there's like some stuff going on. But I do feel like this will be more everyday for me, whereas the Patrick Ta is when I'm trying to like, I'm doing a look, you know? I feel like I can get some daytime looks out of this stuff, but this for me is more like a look, or even like coming in here for some of those mattes to really pump up maybe a single shadow I'm using or something else. So that's kind of the difference so far. This you can get, I feel like, a lot more maybe depth and richness, a little bit more one-noted. I feel like you could do something that's still just kind of warm browns in here. Not all of it's rosy, but they're kind of similar. I honestly didn't realize how similar they were until I sat down to film this and was like, I'm gonna be making a similar eye look. I don't have any new mascaras. I'm using a new one from Lottie London. They sent this out to me. It's the Super Fake mascara. I've used this once and I love the brush. It's really thin, but I didn't love the way my lashes look. So we'll see today if that was like a one-time thing or what was going on. All right, the mascara is okay. I don't know. I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see the up-close eye look. I feel like the highlighter shade in there is pretty golden, so I don't know how much I love that for the look, at least for this specific look, but yeah, I think everything blended pretty nicely. I was thinking right now, if the only shade you're interested in is this one, because it has more texture, there is a similar shade to that in here. This one here is pretty similar. So I feel like if you're looking for the textures, definitely go for this palette over the NARS. But if you're looking for more everyday, you don't want the textures, you just like the colors and more like maybe natural looks on the eyes, I would go with this one so far anyway. Let me do the lips. I'm going to zoom us out a little bit. Okay. I bought 3 different lip products in the sale. So I picked up a lip liner, an expensive bougie designer lip liner. This one is Gucci. I know. I don't think I've bought a Gucci item for myself before this. This is the shade Nude, and this is what it looks like. So really pretty. I'm really excited for that. Nice and brown. I picked up a Givenchy. I know, I just want designer lip products. This is that like balmy tinted product. This is the Liquid Balm. I got 110, and I'll give you a little swatch of it. I mean, beautiful. So beautiful. And this is like heavy and weighted. I really like the packaging as well. This is like almost, I don't know if it's real leather, but if it's a faux leather, it feels freaking amazing. Like definitely feels luxurious. Like I'm not gonna lie, I like that. I like it. And then the other one I got was from Tarte. This is the Maracuja lip, and I got it in the shade Peachy Beige, which I also have really been enjoying. This one I've worn multiple times. Definitely like a newer fave for me. So pretty similar, maybe a little less actually peachy than the Givenchy one. And I love how glossy this makes my lips look. I also feel like it wears nicely. I don't get the white ring with this. It just feels so good. Both of these I've noticed though have a like minty plumping feeling to them. So if you don't like that, just keep that in mind. This is almost like a vanilla rose. This one has like a coconut thing going on, but they have like that kind of burning, it's very light, but kind of minty plumping effect. Let's do the lip liner first while I decide which lip product to use. You guys probably want to see the Givenchy one, but I don't know which one I actually want to do. Okay, and scrub them down really fast. Oh my gosh. I have like, I don't know, a spot up here that just is dry. I think the color is really pretty. I like it. I like it a lot. kind of want to use that one. I'm going to use the Tarte one. I'm so sorry, guys. I really like these, and they're way cheaper, so if anything, there's that. I have one in rose that I got through Boxy, and I just knew that I would like the texture. And I think they came out with new colors. I like the kind of rose gold. It's a little cheap, but I like the rose gold packaging. I hate when it feels like I put too much product on my lips. I don't know how people can like handle a lot of product on their lips. Like I can't. My lips, like, where does it go? Okay, so that's what it looks like. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna zoom you out so you can see the full look, but I also want to share with you the last couple of things that didn't really make its way into the video. All right, so here's the look. I'm feeling super pretty. I'm just really happy that all this stuff feels quality, like it's gonna work for me. I'm actually gonna use it. I feel like I'm also just in a good place right now, like excited to try new makeup, excited to put new things on my face, excited to, you know, just get up every day and do the makeup. Like I'm excited for it. So that also is helping. For a few other things that I picked up though, I did get the Glow Recipe Strawberry Smooth Salicylic Acid Serum. I've used it today, so this is first impressions. And so, I mean, it's skincare. You need time to see if it works. And this is supposed to help with like clarifying and retexturizing, which I don't have tons of breakouts, but I would love some like retexturizing. And so I'll definitely have to keep you posted. I didn't feel any burning or anything like that with it. It says you can use it night and day. The smell on this isn't my favorite. Like it's sweet and it goes with the Glow Recipe line, but I do really like the watermelon one. I do like the banana one, and this smell isn't my favorite. It's a little bit sweet. I don't know. It's just not my favorite. So far, I'm kind of like, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not like in love with it first try. I really love the glow drops, like the dew drops. Those are just so great. They leave you so glowy and dewy. This didn't leave me dewy at all, and I used 2 pumps of it, and it's also only one ounce. This whole thing. So we'll see. I mean, I'm glad to have tested it. I'll always have wanted to have tried it. So yeah, I'm just not sure. Hopefully it does a lot of stuff in terms of retexturizing that I feel like it'll be more worth it as I go. I did re-up on the scrub. This is now permanent. One of you guys let me know. So this is the Way Scrub. It's for scalp and body. I just use it on my body. And this is in the scent St. Bart's, which is a really nice tropical coconut type scent. I really love this body scrub. I feel like it's so luxurious and it feels so nice on my skin. So glad I picked that one up. Glad it's permanent as well, so I don't feel like, you know, I'm missing out on it once I'm out of this one. And then last, I did pick up the Sephora Favorites Deluxe Perfume Sampler. I've already taken all the little things out, but I really loved this one because you got little bottles, so that was fun. And then you can redeem for the full size of whichever one you choose. I will be having a video on this Sunday. I do perfume videos every single Sunday, so that will be this Sunday. I wanted to get it up while the sale was still going on, just in case one of you guys wanted it and wanted to know some of my thoughts on it. I don't know if it'll sell out by then or if it won't or whatever, but I thought I'd get this up, kind of prioritize it for Sunday. So this will be up on Sunday. And I think that's everything. It was a huge haul. I got tons of stuff. I tried to like keep it to like 1 or 2 products or so. Yeah, I tried per category. So I really had the chance to try this stuff and use it. So far, again, super happy. If I had to tell you my favorite things, the foundation's definitely a favorite. Like I just think it's nice. Like my skin looks nice. That's something that's really important. I feel like waiting on this, seeing some reviews, just kind of seeing how it fared from its initial release was great because it let me know that this was gonna probably work for me. So really happy with this. I think the lip products in general, like all the different lip products, I'm really excited about. I've just been excited about lip products lately. So, you know, although these are all very individually expensive, I've really been enjoying like, you know, splurging on that one color from the brand in the line that you think is gonna really work for you, using it, loving it, enjoying it. That like idea I've been really liking, as opposed to having like everything from one brand's line because it's so cheap or whatever. Like I really love the packaging of this. Like it feels like a moment to treat myself when you put this on, which you put lip products on multiple times in a day, and I don't know, I just enjoy that. So really excited for that. I love the lip liner as well. I mean, really expensive. I'm sure there are color dupes, but you know, I was like, the sale, let's go. And then really happy too with the Tarte one. I'm already feeling that like tingling, plumping type of feeling. And I just think these feel so plush on the lips. Like these are really great. I really, really like these. It feels like a little blanket on your lips. I love that. So those I'm really happy with. I am happy with the eyeshadows. I just want to test them more. I really want to try them out. I want to like use them more. I'm just also with eyeshadows, I'm loving so many things. I'm trying new things every single day, or just trying a new palette every single day, even if it's an older one, like not a new palette to my collection. I just switch up my eyeshadow quite frequently, so rarely do I get into where I'm like, I just do one look over and over, but I'm excited to have these in my collection. No, just because I don't have tons and tons of neutral palettes that I've picked out and I've bought, because I haven't really been into neutrals lately. So it's definitely an exciting thing for me to like get into and see, but I want to be wary and like, you know, make sure I'm not duplicating too much with the neutrals. I'm realizing I feel like that's gonna be a more common thing than not, or at least than with colorful eyeshadows. I think that's most of the stuff. I mean, I'm excited about the blush, I'm excited about the bronzer. I just can't give you more details on that right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I actually picked up. I don't know if I'll pick up anything else, I'm not sure, but I feel like it created a beautiful look. I'm really happy with it, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all this stuff in action, hearing some of my thoughts on it. Let me know what you picked up during the sale, if you're picking up anything. Other than that, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you're having an amazing day. And other than that, I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.